The servant of God Don Dolindo Ruotolo, the humble mystic from Naples, spoke often of a coming time of great spiritual darkness, a period when the church and the children would be tested, purified, and called back to the heart of God. He believed that before renewal, the world, and especially the church, would pass through trials permitted by heaven for the salvation of souls. Don Dolindo sensed that humanity would enter a period when faith would seem to fade, prayer would be abandoned, and confusion would spread through culture and even within the church itself. He described a spiritual climate where souls would feel overwhelmed by fear, uncertainty, and discouragement. In the words given to him for the Surrender Novena, Jesus reassured him and us with one of Don Dolindo's most repeated messages. Why do you confuse yourselves by worrying? Leave the care of your affairs to me, and everything will be peaceful. Even in darkness, he insisted, God is still acting. The night is not a sign of God's absence, but of a deeper invitation to trust. Don Dolindo foresaw that the church would face great trials, not only from secular society, but from within. He spoke of a time when the priesthood would be attacked, the Eucharist neglected, and the faithful tempted to lose heart. In his spiritual writings, he expressed that the enemy would wage war especially against the unity of the church, the purity of doctrine, and the holiness of priests. This would cause many to fear that the church is collapsing, but Don Dolindo insisted that Christ himself would preserve his bride, even when human strength failed. From his writings on surrender, we hear Christ's voice again. The more you abandon yourself, the more I will take care of you. Don Dolindo believed that God allows suffering not to destroy, but to purify, just as he himself endured illness, persecution, misunderstanding, and decades of physical paralysis. He taught that trials cleanse the church and restore what has been lost. He wrote that when darkness deepens, it is precisely then that the soul must cling to Christ with radical surrender. One of his most powerful lines states, when you see that things are going wrong, instead of being restless, close your eyes and say, Jesus, you take over. Don Dolindo had immense devotion to the Blessed Mother, calling himself the Madonna's little old man. He believed that in the coming tribulations, Mary would protect the faithful, guiding them through confusion and shielding them from despair. Though he did not describe the future in sensational detail, that the faithful must cling to Mary, for she leads always to a son. For Don Dolindo, the darkness was never the end. He believed that after the trials, the church would emerge purified, strengthened, and renewed, a new dawn of holiness. He saw this movement from suffering to resurrection reflected in every part of the Christian life. And once more, Christ's words to him reveal the promised victory. Trust me, rest in me, do not fear, I will take care of everything. These lines entrusted to Don Dolindo are the heartbeat of his prophetic mission, a reminder that the church, no matter how battered, remains in the hands of God.